I want to thank my team at the head, Shachaf Chomri. And I want to invite Oded to the stage.
Just before Oded comes up onto the stage, I have to just tell you, 90 days ago, this man walked into the office of the Tamar Regional Council and said, "We have a dream." And today his dream has come true. And in order to introduce him to you, I looked up on the internet. Who is this Oded guy? He's an entrepreneur. He's a CEO. He's a writer. He's a traveler. He's a vegan. And he's a mad swimmer.
I'm sorry for the Hebrew speakers that we do the ceremony in English, you know, but there is a reason. It's an international ceremony, event. So before I give you the permission to speak, I want you to remember there is only one Jerusalem in the world, and there is only one Dead Sea. Let us join together to keep the Dead Sea alive.
זה נקרא חיבוק דוב. That's a Hebrew joke. I have. It's going to be long. Udi. E fatto. It's done. This salty 1,000 pieces jigsaw is now complete. History has been made. I thought the swimming was the hardest part. So I'm actually the representative of the swimmers. I'm only the messenger, and I would like to say a few thank yous on behalf of the Dead Sea swim team. Now we are a team, as you know. We're 28 swimmers, and we're a team. So first of all, we have the honor, as Dov said, to have with us Admiral Shlomo Erel. He's an admiral, former commander of the Israeli Navy, and the father of Udi. Well, and just for the record, exactly 60 years ago, 1956, he met my father. 1956, they met for the first time in Rome. So everything combines. And the Dead Sea and Shlomo's past are completely intertwined, as you probably know. We thank our distinguished guest, Ayub Kara, representative of the Jordanian Embassy. Allah Barik Fik. Thank you for coming. We thank the Tamar Regional Council for their tremendous effort. I mean, such supportive, we couldn't expect for more. The mayor and the council, Mr. Dov Litvinov, who courageously swam 5 kilometers, world record, his world record. The only mayor in the world that swam 5 kilometers. It's unbelievable, seriously. I'm going by the book. For his vision and endless activity for the benefit of this region. We thank Shachaf, Deputy Head of Council, and a magician. Where is Shachaf? Shachaf. We love you all. We all love you. The meaning, by the way, of Shachaf in Hebrew is seagull. Seagull. And Shachaf was like this seagull flying from task to task, making everything happen, and in a proper manner. It wouldn't be the same without you. Seriously. One heck of a guy. More thanks go to Ofra, of course, Kati, Dudu Ben Shabbat, the one and only. Benny, where's Benny? Somewhere around here. Allison, I know this world is killing you. We thank EcoPeace, the people from EcoPeace, the marvelous people with from EcoPeace. First and foremost, Mira. Thank you for everything. Uri Ginot, who did such an effort. Tie the knots, the one and only Uri, tying the knots. Erin, and of course Gidon, taking the lead, walking the miles with us, and making all this happen. Wouldn't be the same without you. We thank the director of EcoPeace, Mr. Munket Meyar, our Jordanian partner, friend, and neighbor, who unfortunately could not make it, but he assists us all along the way. And this proves again that Ahsan Jar al-Karib min Akhuk al-Ba'id, a close neighbor is better than a distant one. Same goes to our friend, partner, and neighbor, Mr. Yusuf Matari from the Palestinian Authority, who stood up to his word to join this swim, not to be taken lightly. We thank you, Mr. Matari, for your kindness of sharing with us your experience with the sea. Yusuf, as the senior lifeguard of the northern part of the sea, for so many years, is probably the most experienced among us with the sea. And as the Arabic saying goes, Tissal Mjarrab wala Tissal Hakim. Sahih. It means, ask the experienced one and not the doctor. Allah barik fik. Ya Yusuf, Allah barik fik. To our wonderful, unrelenting, elite support team in sea and on shore. Our light towers, Nimrod Erez and Uri Brown. To the great medics, Dr. King, Dr. Azulay, Dr. Paz, and Ronen Lazar, our faithful paramedic, the one and only. We love you dearly. To the brave skippers, led by the one and only Sabi. Where is he? Probably over there. The skippers. Could we do it without them? No. Thank you. I rest my case. I wish they were here, but anyway. We thank them so much for the courage, their patience. We know how very demanding their task is, or your task is, and thus appreciate the risk you took upon yourselves. On behalf of the local swimmers, we thank all the swimmers coming from abroad. You are brave people. You're crazy and mad and brave people. I wouldn't do it, but you did it. We have so many, we'll introduce them later, but the representative of Spain, Samuel. ¿Dónde está? Querido. Okay, and there's Nick from Denmark. Right. And there's from New Zealand, Kimberly. Everybody knows Kimberly. There's a movie, everybody knows Kimberly. And there's, of course, the wonderful mad swimmers from South Africa. You're amazing people. You're mad and amazing. We salute you. We take this opportunity to thank the swimming goddess, there is one, who blessed us with the ability to swim and to express ourselves through the thing we love so much, and that is swimming. On behalf of all the swimmers, I would like to thank the dream team, the Cyprus Israel swimmers, Amosi, Luke, Ben, Ori Sela, and Udi, and of course, Erez Amir, Adina, Avishag. You're the best. And last but not least, we thank Udi Erel, who came up with this idea in the first place. He did so from this part of the hemisphere, only to realize that the same idea was conceived also on the southern hemisphere by the mad swimmers of South Africa, led by Evan and Jean. Great minds think alike. This swim proves once again that a teamwork makes a dream work, and that dreams do come true, especially if they're Udi's dreams. We're not even halfway. Allison, take a break. We swam all the way from Jordan. I mean, we waited 18 months. Distinguished guests, friends, and family from near and far. This swim is not about swimming. This swim is about bringing people together as ambassadors of goodwill who wish to express their deepest concern in a way they know best, namely swimming. It's about joining forces for a noble cause and to spur those in charge to assume responsibility and take action. The Dead Sea is for us the Northern Lights, or Mount Everest, and is one of the natural wonders of the planet. As the lowest place on Earth, it deserves our utmost respect and prompt action before it disappears. We are probably the last generation that can still reverse the injustice done to the Dead Sea. Today should serve as a manifesto. Today should serve as a manifesto, a tipping point, and a launching pad from which real action will finally emerge. Now I'd like to ask you, should we wait for the tractor to move? Shomim, okay, so now I'd like to ask you all to take a deep breath and enjoy the highest rate of oxygen you'll ever get on this globe. You know that by now, right? Okay, well, I'll share with you 3 anecdotes. Okay, so here we go. First of all, you take a breath. Because I needed to. Okay, so number 1. 18 months ago, Udi has came up with yet another dream he could not get off his mind. Be reminded that in 2012, he also had a dream, the one that eventually made us swim from Cyprus to Israel. But this time, Udi said the swim is shorter and nearby. It's in the Dead Sea. And no sharks, and no jellyfish. Easy. Well, we never say no to Udi because Udi is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. And so we found ourselves, again, in a mission that no one before us has accomplished. As in any mission, we had to set a target date and decided to hit the water on November 2015, a year ago. While at preparations, we've met the people from EcoPeace, who soon became our partners. We thank you for this. We agreed with them that in order to achieve a meaningful impact that would truly help the sea, the swim must become an international one with global presence, sufficient public exposure, and hopefully the expected influence as an outcome. These things take time. You need at least a year to prepare, they told us. Udi's immediate reaction to this was, no way. No way, I'm going to wait a year. So we had some discussions, and finally, after a few days, agreed to compromise. Instead of waiting a whole year, we will postpone the swim by 12 months. That's it. And Udi had agreed. Second story. The first time we actually tested and validated the swim was more than a year ago. We drove all the way down south at night without a clue where we're heading and where the swimming practice will take place. Eventually, we stopped at the northern beach of Kalia. It was just before sunrise, same like what we've experienced today. Mesmerizing darkness, starry night, and we, spellbound by the silhouette of these ancient mountains in front of your eyes, our eyes. No one in sight, only us. Slowly, we dipped into the sea, completely unfamiliar with the water. We haven't had a chance yet to develop any relationship or intimacy with the sea. And as you can imagine, getting to know the water is crucial for swimmers. As we began swimming, I started talking to the water. This is what swimmers do. They talk to the water. And this is for 2 reasons. There's nothing else to do, and no one else to talk to. All of a sudden, the sun rose, and this entire scenery was laid out before us. Endless mountains, the colors and unique texture of the sea, and the big blue sky. I felt my heartbeat like yours today. At that very moment, I looked the water in the eye and told it, "You see all these people here? They're here to tell your story, and hopefully to save you." And the water replied and said, I like you people, and I'll do my best to help you, including my floating trick. But bear in mind these facts. I'm losing height, I'm not getting any younger, and soon I'll be gone. Well, I said, we're not any different. At that moment, we took the vow to swim for the Dead Sea. Third story. People have asked us if the swim will be considered for a world record. I personally reply using Clark Gable's famous phrase, frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. Now, don't get me wrong, a world record is certainly a nice-to-have bonus, but records, they come and go. I believe that most of us here would be much happier and proud if one day people will recount a story to their children beginning with, once upon a time, in a faraway land, there were these people who stood up for a sea, swam across it, and by doing so, they saved it. They saved it. Now, isn't this something worth living for? One of the ironies of dreams is that big dreams are much easier to realize than smaller ones. Big dreams require big passion. And when you've got the passion, it's easier to inspire others to come along and help you. This swim is a big dream come true. One last thing, with your permission and on a personal note. You know, the Aborigines, the indigenous Australians, they don't celebrate birthdays each and every year. They say a year went by, you survived, no big deal, nothing to celebrate. And I can relate to this. The only reason to celebrate is if you have reached your mark, achieved something significant for the sake of nature, for the sake of society, or even for yourself. Only then you have a reason. This Friday, I'll turn 50. I couldn't ask for a better celebration with my best friends on planet Earth acting together for the sake of nature and society. L'chaim. Now I will go. I had this intention.
How can anybody follow that? I mean, really, honestly.